Hey there, welcome to the video. Now, when I first started my KDP Low and Medium content book journey, one of the hardest things to do was to find a beginner-friendly niche that allowed me to learn the tools of the trade, but not get so overwhelmed with the amount of work that can be put into publishing a book. And that's where I found out about logbooks, which are simple, low-content books that typically have repetitive pages and are designed to be filled in by the user. Now, these logbooks can vary from a vehicle maintenance logbook to a bird watching logbook to a fitness logbook and more, depending on one's imagination. So today, I'm going to share a quick and easy way to start earning money online with Amazon KDP. In fact, I'm going to show you one seller who's making $1,639 per month from just one of these types of books that you can make in a few hours. And the best part about this is it's a great way for beginners to start their publishing journey because the interiors of this book is very simple to make, meaning that you don't need any prior experience to be able to create these types of books. So if you're a beginner looking to make an income online and start a side hustle, or you're just looking to get into a new niche, well then this video is for you. But before that, hey guys, my name is Jeff, and this channel is all about becoming self-sufficient when it comes to making money online. And right now we're talking about low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. So if this sounds interesting to you, feel free to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can be notified whenever I release a new video. With that being said, let's get right to it. So what are we talking about today? Well, today that would be the blood pressure logbook. Now, the very first thing that you want to do whenever you're publishing on Amazon KDP is your niche research. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean finding out if the niche that you're looking into is going to be something that's worth it and something that's going to be profitable. In other words, I'm talking about niche validation. And on top of that, you're going to want to find the keywords that are going to go into your title, your subtitle, and those back-end keywords that'll give you the best chance at ranking your book on the first page of Amazon. Now, here I am on Amazon and I did a search for blood pressure logbook. And the very first thing that you're going to see is this purple bar on my screen. And this is called Titans Quick View. And this comes from Self-Publishing Titans. This is a free plugin or a free extension from the Chrome Web Store. So you can go ahead and go to the Chrome Web Store and type in Self-Publishing Titans right here in the search bar, and these two will come up. You can go ahead and download both of these. It's going to help you with your niche research and your keyword research, and they're completely free. So go ahead and do that so you can see the same information that I'm seeing here. And basically, Titans Quick View gives you things like a niche score, total results, exact matches, independently published, meaning how many books are KDP books, as well as information on the bestsellers ranks, reviews, as well as the price. Now, the very first thing that I look at when I'm doing niche research is going to be the search results. And right here, we're seeing 942 results. Now, when I'm trying to validate a niche, there are three specific things that I look for. Number one, I look for about 1,000 search results or less because this is going to tell me that the competition is not so high. Number two, I'm going to look for 3 KDP books that all have a bestsellers rank or a BSR of 300,000 or below, because this is going to tell me that the books are already selling, meaning that there's demand for this niche. And number three, I'm going to look for a niche score that's provided by the plugin that I'm using that has a score of 50 and higher. So we can see this result of 942 is below the 1,000 that I'm looking for. So that is a good sign and that satisfies the first step. Now, the second step is to go through this first page and look for 3 KDP books that all have a BSR of 300,000 or below. And so we're going to disregard all of these sponsored products right here because this is where people are paying to get on the top of the search rankings. So the very first book that is not a sponsored product will be this book right here. And as you can see, when I hover over it, under publisher details right here, it says independently published, which means that this in fact is a KDP book. So this is one of the books that we are trying to compete with. And this has a bestsellers rank of 9,265. So that's one book right there. If we go to the next book, we can see that this is not an independently published book. So this is not a book that we're competing with. So let's move on from that. Same story with this book. The one right next to it is independently published and it's ranking it at 125 300,000. So this is book number 2, and the book next to it is independently published, and this has a bestsellers rank of 63,000. So there's already 3 books under the 300,000 rank that I'm looking for. So this is already satisfying that step 2, but let's go ahead and look down the rest of this first page to see how many other books are selling well. The book right next to it has a ranking of 45,000. This one's 86,000, 63,000, 67,000, 240,000, 137,000, 53,000, 117,000, 162,000, 238,000, 73,000. As we can see, there are so many books here that are doing well. So this tells me that there's a lot of demand for this niche. And with a niche score of 69, that's well above the 50 that I'm looking for. So this satisfies all 3 of my requirements, which tells me that there's a good potential that there could be profits to be made in this niche. And with this Titans quick view, we can see a little bit more information. So the average price for this niche for these books is $6.79 with a low of $3.58 and a high of $14.77. And the average bestsellers rank on this page is 447,555 with a low of 9,265 and a high in the 2 millions. So we can see that everything's pointing green for this niche. So let's go ahead and look at one of these books as an example and dive deeper into its interior and some of the details of the book. So let's look at this book right here. This book has a book ranking of 9,265. And it has number 1s in several subcategories, which is giving it the number 1 bestseller badge, which is helping it get more sales. So this one was published a few years back in 2021, but this is not going to turn me off from publishing in this niche because this is just a simple logbook. And so if I can outdo this cover right here, then I'm sure I can be successful. So this has a price of $6.99, 110 pages. And before we look at the sample, let's go ahead and look at this BSR graph right here. So this is the historical ranking of the book. What we're seeing is the last 30 days. So let's go back a little bit farther. So this is 90 days. We can see how it's been doing. 6 months. So as you can see, the sales have been relatively stable. Every time it goes up is when the book is not selling as much. And then when it goes down is when the book is actually selling. So we can see how well it's doing right here. And we can see with this magenta colored line, these are the reviews that it's racking up day by day. And then if we go 1 year, we can see that it's actually doing better right now than it was compared to last year this time. And then if we go all time, we can see a better picture here. So when it was published, it didn't sell well for actually a couple months. And then out of nowhere around, let's say December, end of December of 2021, it just started to sell, and it's been selling really, really well for the last couple years. And I don't see this slowing down anytime soon. So let's go ahead and look at the sample. So the very first page in the sample is the personal informations page. And so this is a very simple page right here. You just put all your information here, your doctor's information, your emergency contact, and then a little bit of information here for the reader or for the user and some more information. And then here starts the actual interior of the logbook. And as we can see, it's a very simple logbook. It's the same page repeated over and over and over, which is exactly why I love this type of book. Now, if we scroll down to look at some A+ content, we can see here is some A+ content. It's the same thing that we saw in the samples, nothing new here. Now, if we go ahead and look at the customer reviews, we can see this has a 4.7 out of 5 with over 700 global ratings. And the customers are saying that this is a great book for keeping records of your daily blood pressure. They also say it's easy to use and understand with extra information. They also say that the book is very useful and convenient for tracking blood pressure readings. So if we look at actual reviews, we can see that customers are very happy with their purchase. And this is just a very simple book. If we look at some of the pictures, this is the actual picture of the book right here. You have your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then all of your note taking right here. This one right here actually says poor and blurry print quality, which makes it hard to read, which we can see right here, which I don't know if that's a printing error or issue with Amazon, or if that is from the actual publisher and what the program he was using to create this. But maybe that's something that you can do better than this publisher. Now let's go ahead and take the BSR and plug it into a sales calculator to see how much it's estimated to be making. And we can see with a bestsellers rank of 9,265 that this book makes about 27 sales per day, which is about 810 books per month. And that is equal to $54 a day and about $1,639 per month, which is actually pretty incredible, seeing that you just saw how simple this book is. So now that we validated this niche and know that there's some potential for profits here, the next part is how to create these types of interiors. And so let me show you how you can do that in a very fast and very efficient way. Now you can definitely make these by scratch, but for this type of book, a site like Creative Fabrica is actually perfect because it's going to give you a lot of different types of varieties of logbooks. And you can basically choose any one you want. And you really don't even have to make that many modifications because this is technically just a low content book. And so the interiors are just very simple and repetitive. So if you see something that you like, you could just download it and then upload it onto KDP. And really the only difference would be your cover. So that's something that you would have to create and something that you would have to put your touch on. But here I am on Creative Fabrica. I did a search for blood pressure logbook and it came up with 959 results. And if we just take a quick scan, you can see a lot of different types of logbooks here. Some of them have more information, some of them have less, some are more simple, some are more complicated. For example, let's open up two different ones to see what kind of interiors we could get. We have this one right here, which is very similar to the book example that we looked at. There are the days of the week right here, and then the actual places to keep all the information. And then the next one is actually a Canva template. So it's fully editable if you download this and then upload it into Canva. It's very similar like the other ones, but if you wanted to change the fonts, you wanted to change some certain things around, you could do that with this specific interior right here. So I gone ahead and downloaded this one. And once you've downloaded it, it's going to give you a couple options. It'll give you the PowerPoint file, the Canva link. This is the one that we're going to go into, but it also gives you the JPEG versions of the interior as well as the PDF ready to upload file. But let's go ahead and click right here. And then this is where it's going to give us the link to be able to open into Canva. So let's go ahead and click this and we can see here it is. So everything here is fully editable. You can see I can hover over all the elements and move them around and switch them if I wanted to. And then same here. So if I want to change the font, I could easily do that here. I could change it like that and then put it wherever I want. I can change this element if I wanted to, move anything around that I wanted. Same with all these things right here and all this information. And I could make this more to my liking. So for example, I don't like this font. We could easily change it out and use a different font, right? So we can go ahead and just, for an example, let's go ahead and choose this one right here. And then I could change all the fonts here. And that's just the cool thing of having the Canva link and the template to be able to edit, is that it makes it a lot easier to go ahead and make changes to this type of interior without having to actually make it from scratch. So as you can see, it's just the same page repeated over and over and over again. Very simple, very easy to make. I could probably edit this entire file in less than 30 minutes, have it ready. All I would need to do is spend a little bit of time to create the cover. But once that's done, you would just hit share, download, save it as a PDF print. Go ahead and flatten that PDF, choose all pages. And ideally you want CMYK, but this is for the Canva Pro subscription. So if you don't have it, you could also use RGB, but go ahead and download that. Download and it'll be ready to upload to KDP. Now, if you want to go ahead and check Creative Fabrica for yourself, I'm going to leave the link down in the description box below, so feel free to check it out. Well, there you have it. That's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it and hopefully you're able to implement it into your low and medium content publishing on Amazon KDP. If you have any questions, let me know down below. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe and turn on that notification bell, as well as follow me on all my socials at JeffSetLife. With that being said, thanks for watching. Bye for now.